On March 19th, 2007, I purchased a wonderful, successful practice in Northeast Philadelphia. A wonderful man and a great dentist with a wonderful team and great patients, but he had passed away by committing suicide. The way I went into the practice would forever change my life. I didn't know what to do. I had always looked up for challenges, but it was horrible with the patients. My first day in that practice, the very first patient I walked in literally looked at me and says, "You're too young to be my dentist." The second patient who came in and says, "You had really big shoes to fill." And I knew that I had a big struggle ahead of me. Later that same week, I had a patient tell me that, and criticize me because I didn't wear scrubs, and I just was very concerned that my $18,000 a month debt service was going to be a problem. I knew that if I needed to survive, that I had to change the way I ran that practice. I had to focus on changing the way I worked in that practice. So I focused on delivering a wow experience to my patients. So I changed the customer service. So we revamped everything in that practice. I decided to start calling patients after their dental visits for postoperative care. I drove patients to their oral surgery procedures for consultations and to be there when they woke up from their oral surgery procedures, to be there so they didn't have to drive back to my practice for adjustments. I personally picked up my telephone to introduce myself to patients so they can come in knowing who I was. It changed the entire practice. My team started to enjoy working with me. I thanked patients by sending them flowers after completing treatment plans with me. They started to talk about me online. It was an entirely different place in my practice. They enjoyed working with me. It was fun. It was great. It was an amazing opportunity that changed for my practice. So, when we went online, it was a totally different online experience. So going back to the opportunity that I had, we wanted to go to sorry, I apologize. This is a little nervous for me here. I'm not focused here, so I'm a little off kilter here, not where I need to be. So, sorry. I totally lost my train of thought.
Well, I know you can find it. Yeah.
I hope I can find it as well. It is there in front of me. Yeah, I know. So, when patients started reading about me online, they started to come into the office, and people started talking about me online, which ended up, obviously, putting to where I am now. So, patients started coming into the office, and thus, writing about me online. So then, my case acceptance increased. I started to spend more money, and my overall online presence increased. At that point, the dentists in the area reached out to me for advice on how to go ahead and increase their online presence. I got dentists in the area to ask me to speak to their group, and the rest is history. I ended up speaking at the ADA 2012 New Dentist Conference, which I ended up winning. I ended up creating a reputation marketing software called iSocial Reviews, which I sold to a larger company in Silicon Valley called Bird Eye. And now I speak to dentists and their teams around the country about reputation marketing, and how to create raving fans and patients. On a personal note, the parents of the dentist who committed suicide remain patients of mine till their death, till their passing. And they always used to tell me how much they thanked me for taking their son's practice to the next level. And they really appreciated it and thought their son would be very proud of the practice that I created. Thank you. Terrible.